Hello, dear students. Welcome to the class of Health and Physical Education, Unit 3 Physical Fitness, Wellness and Lifestyle. And today's topic, which we are going to cover, that is components of health related fitness. So, you already learned the components of physical fitness. In that components, we have learned the components were like strength, endurance, speed, flexibility, and coordinative abilities. And today we are going to learn the components related to the health related fitness. Related to the health fitness, what are the components which are very much essential? So there are the different components. Here is a picture of the health related fitness component, that is cardiovascular endurance, muscular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility and body composition. There is a difference between components of health related fitness and physical fitness. Both are different. So cardiovascular endurance means the body's ability to deliver the oxygen to the working muscle during the exercise. That shows that oxygenated blood or the supply of the oxygen and the nutrients to the working muscles when the person is being engaged in any type of exercise or physical activities for a prolonged period of time. Then muscular endurance is the ability of the muscles to exert force repeatedly, and that also for an extended period of time, that is for a long duration period, when the muscles used to contract continuously and the forces which is being exerted repeatedly for an extended period of time, that becomes a muscular endurance. Muscular strength is the ability to exert the maximum amount of force in one effort. In one effort, maximum amount of force, how much the muscle can exert, that becomes a muscular strength. Flexibility is a full range of the motion of the joints. So here your muscle and the joints ability to move through the full range of motion, that becomes a flexibility. That means that you used to stretch, or you used to use the full range of the motion of your bones as well as your joints as well as your muscles. That becomes a flexibility. Then body composition, where it is the body's ratio of the lean muscles as well as the stored fat. So we are going to learn one by one. So let us know that what is the cardiovascular endurance. So the word cardiovascular related to the heart and the endurance of the heart, which used to contract repeatedly, because when the heart used to contract repeatedly at the same pace, so here delivery of the oxygen, the pure oxygen or the oxygenated blood, which used to carry the nutrients, and that is being supplied, the oxygen as well as the nutrient is being supplied to the working muscles. So here the cardiovascular endurance is the ability of the heart, the blood vessels and the respiratory system to deliver the oxygen efficiently over an extended period of time. So main purpose of this cardiovascular endurance is to supply the oxygenated blood, which used to consist of which used to carry the oxygen and nutrients to the working muscles, and the ability of those muscles to sustain the exercise. That means that which used to work for a prolonged period of time or for an extended period of time, that becomes a cardiovascular endurance. So to develop the cardiovascular endurance, the activity must be aerobic in nature. The activity must be what type of activity? Aerobic. Aerobic means where you may find out a continuity at a low pace and for a longer time period. That is for a very good example is the cross country or for a marathon are the very good example, where the person used to run at the same speed for a longer time period at low intense exercise or low intensity. So it must be aerobic in nature. That means aerobic means where you may find out the continuity, where you do not find out anywhere stop or pause anywhere. There is a continuity in the work activity or whatever the sports it has been involved. So activity that are continuous and rhythmic in nature requires that a continuous supply of oxygen be delivered to the muscle cells. So here what happens, but activity must be what type of activity? It must be in a rhythmic in nature, it should be aerobic in nature, and the activity must be continuous and rhythmic. So rhythmic, when you may find out that when there is a continuity, for example if you are jogging, so continuous motion of your arms and legs used to work continuously with the same rhythm continuously. So that's why the activity that are continuous and rhythmic in nature, that becomes aerobic. So in nature requires that a continuous supply. So what happens when you may find out the continuity of this muscles contraction, and you may also find out that heart also used to contract with the same pace and delivering of the oxygen as well as the nutrients to the different muscles all over the body. So activities that stimulates the development in this area are paced, like for example walking, jogging, biking, rope jumping, aerobic and swimming. So here you can find out these all the activities where you can find out that there is a continuation of the motion, whereas it is in a rhythmic in nature, it is aerobic type of activities. Walking, continuous same steps, not we are not taking one short step and another is long one. We are having a continuation of the motion. Jogging, biking, rope jumping, when you are jumping, aerobic and swimming. So these are being considered as an activity which are being helpful or which are being beneficial for improving the cardiovascular endurance also. So the better your cardiovascular fitness, the easier is to complete your daily task and still have energy to enjoy other activities. We have learned the definition of the physical fitness. In that physical fitness, when a person is able to do any of the activity without having any fatigue, and that also for a longer time period, and still they are having the energy reserve so that they can enjoy any other activity, or they can also fulfill the emergencies. So this was definition of the physical fitness we have learned. So here the cardiovascular endurance also helps us in completing our daily task, and still we are having the energy to enjoy the other activities. That becomes a cardiovascular endurance. So in the cardiovascular endurance, it is only due to these reasons, these component health related fitness is considered, due to this reason is considered significant. So swimming, jogging, continuous slow running, skipping with a jump, a rope, and other aerobic exercise for a longer duration are the best exercise for enhancing the cardiovascular endurance. So this is what related to the cardiovascular endurance. Then next we are having, that is muscular strength. What do you mean by muscular strength? So muscular strength is the ability of the muscle to exert or resist the force. It is the ability of the muscle to exert the force at one effort. So here most of the activity do not build strength in the areas where it is needed, the arm, shoulder, girdles and the abdominal trunk region. So when you push, pull or lift the object, for example your muscles are exerting a force. So this muscular strength is very much important. It has been considered as one of the health related fitness because it is required by the individual. It is no doubt that it has been required by the sports person, but it is also been required by an individual for daily day-to-day activities. For example, any of the, even though you talk related to the young people or the children or the old people, where they require the muscular strength is required for lifting any of the object, they must be having an ability to exert the muscle so that they can lift the object easily. So muscular strength is the ability of the muscle to produce the force at high intensity for a short interval. All of a sudden it has been considered as a high intensity, where you can require the intensity is high, where it is the efforts are being put, too much effort is being put, but only for a short duration of interval. For example, lifting any of the object, lifting a bucket from one place to another place, all of a sudden requires the efforts that we used to lift the bucket. All of a sudden we require that is been only the that is only been possible with the help of the muscular strength. So we are lifting the bucket and placing the bucket on the other place, that is that requires the muscular strength. So the greater muscular strength you have, the easier and the safer it is to accomplish the most daily activities. So that's why it is being told it is not only for the sports person, but it is also for the individual for their doing their daily routine activities. So this is the what the muscular strength is. Muscular strength means the ability of the muscle to lift the weight. The duration of the applying the muscular strength may be short and vary from 0 to 15 seconds. Whatever the strength, a very good example is of the weightlifting. When a weightlifter, they used to lift the weight, they used to hold the weight, but it for lifting the weight they require the muscular strength. After lifting that lifting the weight, they used to hold. That has been considered static strength, where it has been required. So that used to work. So that's why it has been given. The muscular strength may be short and varies from 0 to 15 seconds. The muscular strength may be measured in pounds or in dynes. The muscular strength is essential for performing the daily activities, work easily and smoothly, such as lifting the weight, putting it from one place to another place, climbing the staircase. It is also essential for maintaining the good posture, avoiding injuries and remaining independent in the older age. Generally, the muscular strength depends upon the percentage of the fast twitch fibers that is white fibers. It can be increased through the weight training, bench press, standing press, curling, shoulder press, squats and leg press. These are the activities through which you can improve your muscular strength. So this is what related to the muscular strength. So this is one of the components of the health related fitness which is very much essential for an individual. Next component, that is muscular endurance. So when we are talking about the endurance means the activities which used to work for a longer term time period. So when you are talking related to muscular strength, so when the continuation of the repetition of the muscles, contraction and relaxation, that is also for a extended period of time or longer period of time. So muscular strength is the ability of the muscle or a group of muscle together to exert the force over an extended period of time. That means only talking related to the muscular endurance, either you are using some part of the body where you can find out the contraction, relaxation of the muscle, repetition of the muscle continuously for a longer period of time, or you are talking about the group of muscle all working together where you require the coordination also. So here group of muscles or a muscle or a group of muscle, when they used to exert the force over an extended period of time or for a long time period, that becomes a muscular endurance. So it is very much essential for the sports to have a muscular endurance for a sports person or athlete, but muscular endurance has been required for each and every person for performing the day-to-day activity also, because endurance postpones the one set of the fatigue, so the activity can be performed for a lengthy period. Whatever the activity the person has been involved, they can perform that activity for a longer time period. So endurance is one of the must in an individual, so that they can avoid fatigue, they will not get exhausted soon, and they can perform the task easily and for a longer period or a lengthy period. So sports activities requires muscular endurance because throwing, kicking and striking skills have to be performed many times without fatigue. For example, if you are playing football, then continuous you need to have a pass or you need to kick the ball. So that is the continuous repetition of the motion that requires the muscular endurance, because throwing, kicking and striking skills have to be performed many times without having the fatigue. Either in a cricket, when you are fielding, you need to throw the ball again and again, so that also requires the muscular endurance, so that without getting fatigue you are having the same ability to perform the activity repeatedly. So when you take leaves, shovels, snow or do sit-ups, you are performing the act of muscular endurance. It is when you rake leaves, when you rake leaves, shovels, snow or do sit-ups, or you just remind that whenever you are doing sit-ups or push-ups or pull-ups, you are performing the act of muscular endurance. The better your muscular endurance, the longer you can continue the activity without having fatigue. The more you are having the muscular endurance and the longer activity you are performing. So for example, if you are doing the sit-ups, continuous sit-ups, if you are having the same repetition, the muscle, what happens, our quadriceps muscles, they used to continuously they used to contract and relax. So that is better for your muscular endurance, and that also for a longer you can do the activities without fatigue. Then the next we are having, that is flexibility. So talking related to muscular endurance, you can also improve that with the help of the jogging, cycling, walking, dancing, push-ups, chin-ups, slow running, stepping and running on the treadmill for 15 to 20 minutes are beneficial for the muscular endurance. So these are the activities for the muscular endurance. Then another component of physical health related fitness is flexibility. So flexibility is must either in a sports or to a sports person or to a normal individual, because flexibility is the range of the movement through which the joints or a sequence of the joints can move. So here they are talking about the range of the movement, either a joint, a single joint or a sequence of the joints to all together. So when you are for example, when you are extending your arms, you are stretching your hands, you are stretching your shoulder muscles, you are stretching your elbow, and also from the wrist you are going to stretch fully. So here that is a sequence of the joints that can move. Inactive individual loses the flexibility, whereas the frequent movement helps us to retain the range of the movement. When you find out that inactive individual, those who are not involved in any of the physical activity, they do not stretch or they do not do any of the active exercise, So such they used to loses the flexibility, and there you can find out in such of the individual they are having a stiffness in their body, so their body is not able to move easily. So through stretching activities, the length of the muscle tendons and the ligaments also is increased. So through stretching, what happens? The length of the muscles increases, the tendons and the ligaments also increases. The ligaments and the tendons retain the elasticity. So you can find out where we are having the joints. You may find out that many people are having the stiffness either in the joints or in the back muscles. So you can they are not being able to lean forward, or they are not able to stretch properly their legs. Their legs are not being stretched too much. So by doing the flexibility stretching exercise, these ligaments and tendons, they used to retain the elasticity through the constant use. So flexibility is important to fitness. A lack of flexibility can create a health problem for an individual. People who are flexible usually have good posture and may have less lower back pain. They are those who are flexible, they are having lower back pain is very less. You can find out they are having good posture. You can find out such types of person are having an attractive type of personality. So flexibility helps us in many ways, such as in preventing the injuries, improving the posture, reducing the low back pain, maintaining the healthy joints, improving the balance while moving in the learning various skills. For example, breaststroke, backstroke in swimming. Then flexibility can be increased by performing the stretching exercise. When performing the stretching exercise, it is important to go slow and hold the position for an appropriate period of time. So yogasan, you can the yogic activities are one of the best activities which are been good for the improving the flexibility, where you need to slowly you need to stretch your muscles, or you know slowly you need to stretch your arms and your body, and then after you need to hold for a seconds or for a while. So many of the physical activities demand a range of the motion to generate maximum force, such as serving a tennis ball or kicking a soccer ball. It requires the flexibility. So many of the physical activities demand the range of motion. It requires range of motion. In order to kick the ball, if you are having a good stretch, if your legs are more flexible, then definitely you can kick the ball more better. So it requires the full range of the motion of your legs. Only then you can kick the ball in a better way, or you can serve in the tennis or any of the physical activities where you are being involved. But it is been very much essential that the range of the motion, the movement of the joints should be free. So this is what the flexibility is about. Then the last component we are having of the health related fitness is body composition. So when we are talking about the body composition, it is an integral part of the health related fitness, because body composition consists of the lean body mass, your bones, your fat and other tissues. So here the body composition is a percentage of the fat, bone and other tissues to the lean body mass. After thickness of the selected skin folds have been measured, you can there are the different tests to check the body fat, percentage of the body fat. With the help of the skin fold, it has been measured that how much percentage of the lean body mass is that means that how much fat is been accumulated on your body. It can be calculated, it can be measured, can be calculated by using the formulas that have been developed using other more accurate methods of using the body composition. So body composition is one of the major components of the health related fitness. Body composition is a percentage of the lean body mass, that is the bone, tendons, muscle, water, ligaments and the organs, in comparison to the body fat. This percentage varies from person to person. So you can find out that the body mass, the lean body mass used to vary, the fat percentage used to vary from person to person. A fit person has a relatively low percentage. If the person is fit, then you may find out that less body fat percentage, and if the person is fat, then the fat percentage will be more. So a healthy amount of fat for a man is between 15 to 18%. Remind this, because such types of questions can be asked for 1 mark in MCQ, that a healthy amount of the fat for a man is between 15 to 18%, whereas in women, as the adiposity is more in the women's, tissues of adipose tissues are more in women, so here the fat percentage in the fit woman or a healthy woman must be how much? 20 to 25%. It is important to maintain a healthy percentage of the body fat, because extra fat or excess fat in our body contributes to the development of the health problem. many of the health diseases used to arise related to the diabetes, obesity. Then we are having blood pressure level of the blood pressure, hypertension. There are the many of the diseases which are being arise due to this health problem used to arise due to the more accumulation of the fat. So excess body fat may place strain to the joints, and the person, you may find out they are having the joint problems, knee joint problems because of the heavy weights. So that must be so that's why the body fat must be maintained well. So good body composition is the best gained through the proper diet and exercise. So example of the poor body composition are underdeveloped muscles or excessive body fat. Poor body composition has negative effect on the appearance, self esteem, attitude and morale. Aerobic exercise such as jogging, swimming, cycling, continuous and slow running, climbing staircase or stairs and cross country races are significant in reducing the body fat percentage. So a person, when they want to reduce their body fat percentage, so aerobic exercise are being considered beneficial, are the best for maintaining the fat in their body. So today we have learned these 5 components of health related fitness. So I hope so you have understood. If you are having any problem, you can comment. So for today, this much. You can prepare the notes on the basis of this. Thank you.